The virtual campground is a community of RVers. We gather around the campfire to share stories, information, and travel tips to help you on your next adventure.
Michael, welcome to the virtual campground. Thank you so much for coming on with us. We would love to hear who you are and what your business is.
Hi, Deborah. Thanks for having me. My name is Michael Anderson. I am the founder of travelinggatherings.com. It is a website with stuff to do while traveling around.
Awesome. Yes. So it has all kinds of information on it for RVers and I guess anybody who's traveling. We just happen to only think about RVers. But it has places where they could gather with other RVers, farmers markets, fairs. Where are you getting all this information?
I discovered this website called Google, which is unfortunately, it's a painstaking process, but I scour the interwebs looking for, it started with RV shows specifically. I know every website has RV shows on it, but there wasn't one centralized place that brought together your RVers, your van lifers, your schoolies, your, just people traveling for business, etc. So, I came up with the idea night in a dream. Actually, woke up the next morning, knew the name, bought the .com. I develop websites. That's what I do professionally as well. So threw this together and realized it's going to take me a lot of time to find all these events. But it's been a labor of love. And I just scour the internet and Facebook groups and, you name it, I'm on there searching, just trying to, find cool stuff to do. I myself am a full-time traveler, as much as you are. And I just found that there wasn't that centralized hub for specific events.
So definitely you are filling a need that was missing, because I agree with you. That was one of the reasons we started the virtual campground. We love traveling, but we miss that community of other people. And so I think you like in the same way, but with events, correct?
Correct. In my background, I've spent 20 plus years as a corporate event planner. So it was one of those things I knew I didn't want to go back to actually planning the events or managing the events. But it's such a huge part of my life. So it just kind of seemed like a seamless, now that I'm full-time RVing and then combining what I've done professionally for way too long, just seemed like a great marriage that worked out pretty well.
And I noticed when I was on there that you have events, obviously, and a lot of farmers markets and fairs, like we mentioned, but you also have some other things that are just interesting for people to stop and to look at, correct? Where do you find those things? Again, Google?
Yeah, the things to do, Google, and I think one of it, I was at some RV park and someone was like, what's they found some oddity, roadside attraction, like Cadillac Ranch and, things of that nature. And it just kind of hit me like, oh, I should probably add those too. One bad thing about events is once they expire, they go off the website. So I'm just constantly having to, a lot of it was just selfish reasons that, a thing to do, a roadside attraction is there 24/7. So just to have some constant was the reason behind it, but also it's cool to see those things. Where I'm at in Wisconsin right now, there's this rock known as the Elephant Trunk Rock, and it's just sitting on the side of a road. It looks like an elephant trunk, and that was on the website. I'm assuming it's still on there. I haven't looked in a while, but yeah, just these oddities that otherwise you might pass up if you didn't know to look for it.
Awesome. Okay. Well, while we're talking about your site, let's look at your site. And I want you to just basically walk me through, if I'm brand new to your site, what do I do and how do I find things?
Yeah, basically, uh, the platform behind it is kind of a combination of like six different websites that I've worked on, or not worked on, but that I've used. So I just wanted to make the search function as easy as possible. So, search, what are you looking for? That search thing, you can type anything in there. Let's play a game. Type in Camp Carpe Diem.
Like it. If I could spell it. There.
And boom, those people look familiar.
They do look familiar. Yes, they do. Look, we have a map that shows with our logo where it is. That's so cool. And if I
Yeah.
scan
So
down, oops.
Yeah, and if you click on the showing one result, that'll take you to the page, which then, it has all the basic information, and then obviously there are links from there going to your website, Facebook groups, Instagram, etc. So just trying to find a spot where, people looking for things to do, and you can search, obviously by typing in an event itself or what type of event. You can search by state. You can, what dates are you looking at, recommended ages, etc. So, really kind of get it all in there. And then, yeah, you can move around the map as well. I think if there's something in the search, it won't pop up other events. But, if you do that, then as you zoom in, you can see where things are at. And yeah, just try to make it as user friendly as possible, because it's just one of those things I've seen similar for non-RVers, and I just kind of took the best practices, for those that I could find, and went from there. Now I will say, you're looking at Washington farmers markets. I think I have every single farmers market in the state of Washington. I was very proud of myself. However, I not say the same for all the other 49 states. So there's,
I
there
like
was
it.
one day I'm like, I'm getting all of them, and I did, and then I couldn't stare at a computer for like a week because I was, you know,
Absolutely. I can imagine that that would be, yeah, this is wonderful that you did all this research for everyone. That is fabulous because this is absolutely one of the categories. Every time I go somewhere, I am Googling farmers markets, and there are plenty of them.
and that was one of the things too that, and all this came to me. I went to the RV Entrepreneur Summit, which I know you have attended as well, and I just spent that 4 days of just everyone talking about their YouTube channel and their, podcasts and etc. And I'm like, I I'm pretty extroverted. However, I know I've edited video, and it's something I never saw myself doing on a weekly basis. And that was kind of part of it, was having all these great ideas in my head, and then how do we go about making that website happen? And then farmers markets, the one of the things we do as full-time travelers, go to a Walmart, you're not going to get the best produce, but you go to that farmers market and you're going to get it. So, I've got a farm stand 5 minutes from me where I'm currently at in Wisconsin, and it's great. What's funny is I don't think they're on the website, which I need to add, but whatever, that's fine. Constant notes, constant notes. But yeah, just trying to find things that, yes, your RV shows are going to be on there, but those I spent all winter, or December through February in Arizona, so all the things in and around Quartzsite, whether that's the organized Big Tent show, but also all the random gatherings, the escapers bashes, and the, you name it, it was on there. So really kind of honing in on certain areas around big RV shows, because there are so many other events that spawn from it, that, if you're going to Tampa RV show, but what's the thing to do that night, as opposed to, you're going to looking at class A's no one can afford, or I can't afford, but, but yeah, just trying to, the idea was find stuff to do while traveling, and just keep plugging away at it.
Okay. Well, and then how can people help you? I mean, do you want people to send you information? Obviously, events. We know that we sent you Carpe Diem information, but do you want people to help?
If you're an event producer yourself, to you own that content that's going on there, for you to put that on, because it's your baby, but if it's something like, hey, I saw in this Facebook group this really cool event that's not on the site, shoot me an email. My email's on my website. You can find me, and it's just me running this whole thing, so you will get me. But yeah, just shoot me a note saying, here's a link to that thing, and I'll get it on there. But yeah, for folks, if you're planning the event, I really think it's in your best interest to add it all yourself, because details change. You can keep it updated, and it's the best part is it's free to post, free to use. I do have some ads running, but I'm really, trying to make it a free resource. I'm not trying to put anyone behind a paywall or anything like that. That's not in the cards anytime soon, or if ever. So, and as RVers, as digital nomads, travelers, there's so many different scopes of finances between everyone. So I just wanted to make it as inclusive as possible. So really, just, big thing is free.
It is great that it's free, and I really appreciate that. I also noticed, though, people can, and I know I'm on your email list, people can subscribe, so they'll get occasional emails from you. You don't send out a lot, right?
Correct. Yeah, and that's something. The newsletter is It's everyone says you got to have a newsletter, you got to reach out to your people, but no one talks about how much of a pain in the butt it is to put it together. So, you know, I love sending it out. It's just I always think about it like an hour before I'm supposed to send it out. So I did start weekly. Now I'm doing it every other week, which actually means this coming Friday, which I haven't even thought about it yet. But you know, it's one of those. I'm not spamming. I'm not. You know, I've joined some mailing lists where you get an email like 5 times a day. That is not this mailing list at all. Because for one, I have to do it, and I'm just not going to. So you know, there's you know, we part of traveling, part of I also you know design websites. That's my what I make money at. So that consumes a lot of time, and you know, so yeah, it's more get on the mailing list. I'm not going to annoy you. There's
Yeah.
that. You know,
No, you definitely don't. It's an occasional email. It's really cute and fun. So all good. And then like you said, people can also you have your email right there. They can email you if they know of obviously of an event. If they find something just really quirky and fun that they think you would enjoy having on the map, they can send that to you, right?
correct.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I welcome all that. You know, I had some folks who were just sending me this weird, cool, you know, more like Burning Man vibe stuff. They've already happened already, but just, you know, stuff that was not on my radar. And it was just cool to have someone reach out and be like, "Hey man, you know, love your site and this should be included." And then that led to another event to it, you know, and then I got a half a dozen things that were definitely very Burning Man-esque that I just never would have seen. So I love getting that info from people, and especially when I get a ding saying, "Hey, a new event was added," and it wasn't by me. I'm like, "Yes, it's working." You know, so there's a little celebrations, you
Yeah.
know, which I
So
don't
okay,
need a lot of reason to celebrate, but they make me happy.
exactly any little thing, right? And so there is a way for folks to just add their own events, is what you I know you said this earlier, but where do they go to do that?
Upper right hand corner, big old red button that says add listing. So you just go to the add listing button, click on it. There, I do require people to create a profile, but that's just to eliminate any bots or whatever, you know, whatever is out there. It just creates that thing. And then also, as you sign in, you can then track, you know, how many people are hitting. You can see, you know, statistics about your event specifically. Excuse me, and then you can make all your own changes and whatnot. So it's just a good way to you know keep it transparent for everyone. Once again, it's free to post, but to post an event, I do require you to sign up.
Yeah. And I know because we've done it, we can post pictures and all the information. And like you said, that way everybody's got their own information up there. So
Okay,
this is
and
a
that's something to. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, and you know, and folks like yourself, you know, there's if it's you know Winnebago putting on an event, I'm not going to do any social media behind it, but I absolutely love supporting people like ourselves. You know, it's so anytime that like I just did a post yesterday for Camp Carpe Diem, and it's like whatever I can do to help push and spread the word, I'm all for it. So if you're a smaller organizer who you know doesn't have if it's not Harvest Host, and I do love Joel and that whole crew there, but like you know if it's a independent producer, I'm more than happy to you know go above and beyond. And I've spoken to probably a dozen folks just like yourself who are putting on events, and they're just like any publicity helps, and I'm there to do that.
Thank you. Thank you. You have been a
Yeah, of
wonderful
course.
resource and a great guy to work with. I can attest to that for anybody out there. And so we really appreciate this particular resource. This is absolutely something I think that was needed. So thank you.
Yeah, of course.
And we will put your social media handles in the description for this show. But is there anything else that you want people to know?
You know, just go have fun, explore, go see stuff. You know, there's a big country. We've only been on the road a year, and I am like, I need like another decade just to see everything. But you know, utilize traveling gatherings as much as you can. Help me, help you. And I'm going to keep plugging away, doing what I do. I do have Instagram, Facebook are kind of my main two, Pinterest, and then obviously the mailing list. So, you know, sign up for any or all, or just check out the website every now and again. And it's it's like a resale shop. Every day there's something different. So go on there, check it out. Know that every day we're adding events as much as possible, and going from there.
Yep. I think it should be added to everybody's checklist as they're doing their travel planning to check on travelgatherings.com and see what's coming up for the place they're about to head. Thank you again, Michael. I really enjoyed this. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Deborah, so much.